Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, once again here to Full Velocity Racing Network. As you can see, we are at Daytona International Speedway, the world center of racing. We have a great race in store for you here tonight. 65 laps, I believe, what is on the books. Excuse me, still got that cough going on there just a little bit, but again, before we dive into all of the racing details, we need to thank the sponsors that have made the trip here tonight. And those include, first time, this is a brand new season opener, is Moggs, Missouri German Shepherd Rescue, the title sponsor for this series. So make sure you check them out on social media and check out what a great cause they are for. And of course, on the broadcast side of things, we wouldn't be here for 2019 if it wasn't for the following partners. Those do include Northwest Racing Series, your official one-to-go sponsor here for tonight's events. Walls Beard Co. Beard Balm, your official starting grid sponsor. RaceOnTexas.com, the official dirt track and a short track asphalt supporter of Full Velocity Racing Network. Of course, we are a division of RaceOnTexas.com. And of course, Hanover Wrecker Service, your official caution sponsor for tonight's events. On the Edge Motorsports, your official Wicked Energy Gum retailer. Huffman Designs, excuse me, and of course RaceCore for coming on board here recently. That'll do it for the sponsors. We got about just under 7 minutes left technically in practice before we move on. This is a brand new league, so we're going to go ahead and bring up your graphics here. This is BHR or Bonehead Racing. Let's hope we don't see too many bonehead moves out here tonight. And we have some nice clean and green racing. Let's go ahead and bring up your running order at the moment here. This is times for practice here. As you see, when they're out on the track, you'll see the difference between them and the leader. As of right now, it looks like most of these guys are in the pits. They are in a driver's meeting here, or at least will be in the next 1 minute and 14 seconds. So, driver's meeting coming up here in just a few moments. Right now, they are out on the track, and it looks like we have about 18 drivers here. So we 18 to 20 here is what it's showing, so we'll just have to keep an eye on them. But I'm showing again 18 drivers. That is 18 drivers that are in the session right now. We are starting a little bit later than we normally would because iRacing decided it did not want to work with us for a while. It did go down. We could not get in as a spectator, and the drivers were getting kicked. So we'll just have to kind of wait and see how it plays out. Well, we'll definitely wait and see how it plays out. Hopefully everything works here. As again, we got about 5 minutes on the clock. They will be going into a driver's meeting here momentarily. We do, of course, want to remind everyone that your aerial coverage for tonight's race is brought to you by Sames Ford out of Corpus Christi, Texas. If you're in the area and you need a new or used car, make sure you check them out at samesford.com. Again, a great retailer here and a great partner of Full Velocity Racing Network and RaceOnTexas.com. You can check out all the racing action on RaceOnTexas.com for a small fee of $9.99 a month. That is nothing. That is the price of a cheeseburger meal in some places. So make sure you head over there and check out all of that. Racing action on their on-demand section. We're going to step away here and take a hydration break real quick. We will be back in just a moment, and we will go through your top 5 here and kind of give you who the drivers are here for tonight and who we're expecting to see close to the front and possibly sitting in victory lane. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. We want to once here for the first time and probably many times tonight. We want to thank everybody for tuning in. Again, thanks for tuning in here tonight. We are on YouTube. Typically, we will be on Facebook, but again, because of the little issues we had going on there, we are opting just to go to YouTube here tonight and not our Facebook page. But that is just because of the technical difficulties iRacing decided it wanted to throw our way. So we will not be on Facebook here tonight. If you're just tuning in here tonight, you are watching the Bonehead Racing League here on Full Velocity Racing Network, your source for esports racing, a division of RaceOnTexas.com. We got a lot of sponsors that have put in time, money, and effort into this league. Of course, Russell Caney leading this thing here. He is out there doing the drivers' meeting at the moment. With about a minute 49 left, it looks like we're going to have at least one driver take back to the track. Let's go ahead and let's run down those times real fast. Let's pull your times up, and there you see it right there. Trenton Sneed with a 45.806. Behind him, if you look, your top three drivers will be Harrison Chandler with a .059 deficit behind him, and then Russell Caney in that 80 machine, a .063. So your top three separated by less than a tenth, and then it really separates back there to, I believe, if that is Hope is his last name, we'll find him. There he is, Jacob Hope. He is currently in fourth to a .204 seconds. So a huge gap there from less than a tenth to 2/10. So a huge gap, and almost 3/10 by the time you get down to seventh, and then 9/10 by the time you get to eighth place. However, this really doesn't mean a whole lot here at a super speedway like this. You really just need to get in a pack and with as many cars as you can and go forward. These guys may not have been in the biggest pack early on, and that's why their times are suffering for it just a little bit. So we'll just have to keep an eye on who's going to be in the packs, who's going to be leading this charge. Being up front here doesn't mean anything unless you're crossing the line, taking the checker flag in first. Other than that, it just really doesn't mean a whole lot, as you can go from first to last in a lap, and you can go from last to first in a lap, depending on how many cars, of course, are. With looks like 19 here so far. I think we should be pretty safe to say you could, I'd say, at least get halfway through this field in one lap. It really just depends on who you work with. But if you get caught on the outside 3 wide, you can easily get sent around. And there it is. Qualifying is underway now. So we'll go ahead and leave that up. We'll go ahead and get rid of your main bar up at top, as we do not need that here for the moment. As it looks like we're going to drop down, it's going to be Scott Mertz. It's going to be one of the first drivers to come out on to the track. So we'll pull up your driver bar, and hopefully everything is reading properly here tonight. Again, we did have that issue with iRacing, so hopefully all the overlays work properly here for tonight's event. But again, if they do not, so we do apologize in advance. We're going to give these guys just a moment to get around this track, as it will take them a good chunk of time, almost 2 minutes, to get around this track under their warm-up lap. So when times start coming in, we'll let you know. All right, lap number 1 is started for the 75 of Scott Mertz. And if we can get this cough out of the way, that'd be great. We do want to remind everyone out there, make sure you like, share, and comment in chat. Let us know who your pick for tonight's win is. But definitely comment out there and share this race. Get all your friends and family out there watching, everybody you can. I expect to see some pretty good racing here tonight. They have plenty of fast repairs to get around this track. Again, they have 5 fast repairs, so I don't see any reason we'll have too many drivers out of this race unless they just choose not to use their fast repair or forget to check it. If you forget to check that fast repair, you are in a world of hurt. You're definitely not going to be a happy camper. It looks like Andrew Beach is going to be at the top right now with a 49.930. Behind him is going to be the 80 of Russell Caney by .055, and that is a time of a 49.985. So just a little bit behind here for Russell Caney. He's definitely got his work cut out for him here tonight. A tough field here as Scott Mertz currently in third place. I believe that's John DeHorn is in fourth place right now with a 50.031. Harrison Chandler in fifth with a 50.050. He is coming to the line this time. Will he complete a faster lap? He does. 49.579. You see some lights flashing there. That will put him to the second position as Trenton Sneed in the 8 is going to take first with a 49.511. So a blistering pass time here for him, and he is going to roll the engine, it looks like, here in qualifying. Let's go back and let's see if Warren Watkins out on the track here at the moment. And he will have 2 laps to do so. He is on lap number 1 here at the moment. So what will lap number 1 be? And right there you see it, lap number 1, 50.031. 010 ahead of Will Roadarmer here at the moment in 10th place. But he has one more lap as Harrison Chandler going to take the top, and now Andrew Beach going to go back to the top once again, and Will Roadarmer going to the top with a 49.407, and then Trenton Sneed taking it back once again. And staying corrected, I believe they have actually 3 laps to get around this track and do what they need to do. So these guys definitely working on it as Ryan Worley going to take it to the top with a 49.393. That is the fastest time thus far, and the only 49.3 second time, as we're going to head over to Frederick Hofstetter, who is currently on the track in that number 11 Budweiser machine. And he is still on his first of many laps to go, so he's on his warm-up lap here at the moment. The question is, will he take the pole here in qualifying, or will somebody else steal it from him right now? Just to update, Kobe Wells, Ryan Flanagan, and Timothy Madonna have not taken times. Right there will start Frederick's first of a couple of laps here for qualifying. Right now, though, it's not going to matter. Time is up. Let's go ahead and get rid of everything, because it's going to be Trenton Sneed on the pole here for tonight's event as we are getting ready to take to the grid. Well, this could get very interesting here to see who comes out on top. Again, a very good race I expect to see here tonight. We'll just have to wait and see as we're going to go ahead and drop down to the track with the drivers here as we get to the grid. Row number 1 is going to be Ryan Worley and Trenton Sneed on row 1 here tonight. Row 2 is going to be the 37 of Will Roadarmer and the 14 of Jeff Price. Row 3 is going to be the 12 of Lewis Cardo, I believe that is how you pronounce that, and the 71 of Andrew Beach. Row 4 is going to be Harrison Chandler and the 2 of Jacob Hope. Row 5 is going to be the 75 of Scott Mertz and the 41 of John Horn. Row 6 is going to be the 50 of Samuel Garcia and the 80 of Russell Caney. Row 7 is going to be the 88 of Joshua Kane and the 3 of Warren Watkins. Row 8 is going to be the 24 of Brandon Andrews and the 4 of Colby Wells. Row 9 is going to be the 11 of Frederick Hofstetter and the 86 of Timothy Madonna. And rounding out the field here tonight in row 10 is going to be the 13 of Ryan Flanagan. And that will do it for your Walls Beard Co. Beard Bomb starting a grid here for tonight. And thus far, it looks like Kobe Wells going to be the only driver to not take the grid so far. We'll just have to wait and see if he does. And right there, he has officially missed the start, so he will not be making the call for tonight's race. All right, let's jump over to the track here. There we go. Again, we apologize for the cough in advance. It has just been a nightmare here for us trying to get rid of it. We got Colton Swartz out there, Mr. Race Fan. We got everyone out there with us here tonight. So big shout out to everyone for showing up here tonight. Hopefully we'll pick up a few more before this is all over. But a fairly good-sized field, probably the biggest fields I have seen here with this league so far. We've covered a couple of the races here and there, but this is the season opener here for the Bonehead Racing League at Daytona. Of course, we'll be back at Daytona next week as we are going to race here for 100 laps, then 65 laps here tonight. The question is, how many cautions will we see, and will we see the big one here tonight? If I'm a betting man, I'm going to assume we will see the big one at some point here in tonight's race. You just can't avoid it when you come to this track. Again, for anyone that's just tuning in, you're watching the Bonehead Racing League here on Full Velocity Racing Network, your source for esports racing and a division of RaceOnTexas.com. There it is. Green flag is in the air, and they have no green flag rule here tonight. The leader can start whenever they choose to, I would assume, as long as the pace car is clear of the track, of course. Obviously, that could get a little dangerous there, so you don't want to run over that pace car. But we are green here for lap number 1 of 65, and they're going to get it single-filed out here quite a bit. Or quite early here, and I imagine we'll see it quite a bit as these guys are pretty laid back. I don't think we're going to see too much aggression here. I know league admins have been harping on them about keeping it nice and clean. Don't press issues. Don't do anything dumb early in the race. You don't need to. So we'll be waiting to see if and when we see anybody go 3 wide here tonight. That will be the ultimate challenge if they can hang on to it 3 wide. It's not easy for anybody on any skill level to go 3 wide here at Daytona. Unlike Talladega, where the track is a little bit wider here, this track can do 3 wide, as anybody that's watched NASCAR has ever seen that. However, it is not as wide and it's not as easy to do at Talladega as it is here. So, or it's not as easy to do here as it is at Talladega. But right now they're staying 2 wide, and it is Ryan Worley that's out front. Still surprised to see that we did not have Colby Wells start this race. And I see smoke. I believe that is just from somebody blinking and their tires hitting back to the track. Let's have to keep an eye and wait to see how that goes. If that blinking issue does become a problem later on in this race. Right now I don't think it's going to, but we have the 12 of Luis Accardo, who is just blinked out. Now he's back in. He's leading that second pack, and that is not what you want to see. We got a car to the outside wall, and there they go. A bunch of cars going around. So far, caution not coming out for all of this back here in the back of this field. Somehow, I don't know how, there it is. The only one going around that's going to bring out the caution is going to be the 41 of John Horn. Let's go back and take a look here and see exactly what happened from the aerial cam here tonight. And he did not start this, I don't think. Right there, the 2 and the 71, the 41 just trying to avoid it all. The 80 gets involved. The 2, the 41. Looks like the 11 or 17. Can't tell from this high up in the sky, but I believe that is the 11 of Frederick Offsetter, it is getting involved as well. So a ton of cars getting involved in caution number 1 as the caution lights are on, and we are under caution for the first time here tonight at Daytona International Speedway. We'll see. We're going to go step away for just a moment, getting a quick commercial break, and we'll see if anybody comes down pit road.
Still your race leader, followed by Tommy Fain, Bobby Miller, Gary Williams, and Shelby Williams. Gary Williams, Diamonds, turn number 3. Trying to get a run on the 1B. Bobby Miller didn't have quite enough for that time. Meanwhile, back up front, your leader still the 61 of Aaron Corley.
Alright, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like we're going to go around this track 2 more times here under caution. Lights are still on. They have not got the double file indication yet. So it looks like we have about 2 to go, maybe 1 to go next time by. We'll see if they do indeed get the 2 to go here momentarily. Alright, there you see drivers getting a wave around. I believe that is going to be Kobe Wells, who's back out on the track getting a wave around here now. Will give us just a minute to look over there. Indeed, that is the 4, Kobe Wells, getting the wave around. He'll take to the tail of the field. Ryan Worley is your race leader here at the moment, as they are set to get the green here shortly. The lights should go off this time. We're on lap 6 of 65, and we have been under caution for quite a few of those there. As you see, 3 of the 5 laps completed under caution make it 4 of the 6 laps that have been completed are under caution. But the lights are off. We get the sign to go a double file here, which means we are getting the green flag next time by. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, again, let us know if we can get rid of this cough, who your favorite driver is for the night. Who are you rooting for here tonight? None of them should have any damage from that accident. As we just saw that message, they all have 5 fast repairs. So they will be able to get in and get those repairs. So everyone right now on a fresh car, as Ryan Worley out right now to the lead, as he's got Will Road Arma behind him and Trenton Sneed behind him. They are single file very quickly here on the restart. You're going to have to go a little ways back here to this group going on back here with Lewis Accardo back here before you really start to see any too wide action. This is all led by Lewis Accardo in that 12 machine, and then M&M's number 12. You got the 3 to his outside, and we got a little blinking action going on there. That's what that puff of smoke was. That is when the tires hit the surface again after blinking out. It's a little glitch going on that causes that. So this group back here really needs to start working together just a little bit more, and they can catch that front group. But here at the moment, Ryan Worley leading a pack of about, I'd say about 6 drivers, and they have pulled away from the rest of this field right there. As you see, they're starting to break up into little groups, and those little groups won't be able to catch each other unless they work together. And right now, it doesn't look like they're wanting to do that too terribly much. They might surprise us here and start getting a single file here. That's going to be one of the best ways to get around this track right now, this early in the race here, as we still have 57 laps to go. Go single file. Don't try to press any issues. There's no need to press issues this early in the race. Oh, again, we got some people out there rooting for different drivers. So a big shout out to everyone hanging in there watching this race. I know we started a little bit later than we should have, as iRacing decided it wanted to crash early on. Hopefully that does not happen again. And we had about 6 drivers in there. As there goes a driver out. I'm not sure who that is, but they're coming back out onto the track. And take a look back here. I'm not sure again who that was, as they are making their way back to the track. That was the 14 of Jeff Price. That gets shuffled out, and he goes to the back of the field. As we talked about earlier, how quickly you can go from the front to the back, and it just happened there for Jeff Price as he goes from about, I'd say about 5th, 6th place in that area, all the way back to 18th place on the track. Other than him, Colby Wells still 1 lap down, so he can't lose that spot. That's good news. However, look right there. He is well off the pace. He could potentially lose a lap here before long if he does not get cautioned, or if he does not catch that main group. And when you're talking, there's the main group right there. He's not too far behind, but he's not super close either. He will be losing that draft before long if he doesn't get lucky and get a caution, and then there goes the 12 round. Caution is out. A lifesaver for Jeff Price. Let's go back to the 12 of Luis Accardo, who was involved in this, and let's take a quick look. There we go. There's the replay. I believe we're having some connection issues. Let's go back to the same Ford replay camera here, and the 12 is the one that's been having those connection issues. Did this play a factor in it? No, just a little bit of a bumper hook, although we can't say for sure that he was not a little further ahead for someone in front of him or behind him, so still connection issue could have come into play here for that. But overall, we didn't look like it. But again, with a internet connection that's in and out like that, you cannot ever say 100%. But we are under caution here for the second time. So we're going to step away to a quick commercial break, and we will be right back.
Say command.
What is the weather like in LA?
The weather is clear in LA.
What is the weather like in New York?
The weather is rain in New York.
Use flow mode.
Flow.
Say hello, TT.
Hello, TT.
Alright, we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Reading chat there just a minute while we're under caution here. With 51 laps to go, going to be at 49 when we get the green flag. That is definitely not good to have your Twitch account hacked. That is a bad thing all around, regardless if it's Twitch, YouTube, or Facebook, or whatever it is. Definitely, I would change that password very quickly. You definitely do not want them to take control of it any longer than they can. The longer they're in control, the more damage they can do, unfortunately. Definitely make sure you get that password changed very quickly. I would recommend changing the email as well. So we are just about 2 laps away from getting the green flag here. If you're just tuning in with us tonight, of course, you are watching the Bonehead Racing League here on Full Velocity Racing Network, your source for esports racing, a division of RaceOnTexas.com. We are under caution here for the 3rd time for your Hanover Wrecker Service caution. Again, we are still fighting this cough we've had for about a month now. As there you see right now, 2 cautions. I could have sworn it was our 3rd caution, but regardless, 2 cautions for 8 laps. We've completed 15, so just over half of the race under caution so far, as we just now complete lap number 15 under caution. We're on lap number 16. Lights are off, so we will start this race once again here on lap number 17. Definitely been some great racing so far, as expected for for Daytona. Anywhere you come with track super speedways like this, you don't expect to see a whole lot of 2 and 3 wide action early on in the race. It's just not practical. I know the fans out there, including myself, we want to see some 2 and 3 wide racing, but unfortunately it doesn't always happen that way. It's just towards the end where you really want to see that. You want to see some single file racing up front to keep these cars nice and clean, but they do have 5 fast repairs per driver, so they got plenty here. But the league owners have talked to them, told them, simmer down, boys, keep her under control here, don't do anything crazy early on in this race. So let's keep it nice and tidy here tonight. And they have done that so far. They're getting ready to take the green flag. When they take it, we're going to go silent and we're going to go crank it up here on the channel. So crank it up, coming your way from Daytona International Speedway here on Full Velocity Racing Network. Alright, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. The caution that comes out. And we got a few cars involved back here. The 3, most notably of Watkins getting involved. Let's go back and take a look, as we were just about to talk about the amount of cautions we've had so far. Let's go back and take a look at the replay as we go to your Sames board. Right there, the bumper hook from the 75 spins the 3 around, the 41, the 2 get involved. And it looks like the 71's going to glitch through and squeak on by as he is involved as well. But again, back to live we go. Under caution here for the third time here tonight. And I don't think we'll see too terribly many cautions here tonight. I do think we're going to see a few more than normal. But I also attribute that to iRacing going down for a while there. And we didn't even know we were going to get this race in to start with. So these guys may be a little antsy out there. One, you got a late start. You didn't get to practice as much as you wanted. And then you come into the race not knowing if the server is going to go down as it already has once this evening. Anyone that's ever been into a real racing scenario, I have myself, and being around racing pretty much all my life, doing filming, pictures, whatever it happens to be, also out at the track. When you know there's rain imminent in the future and you want to try to get it done, the race program's trying to run faster. Here we don't have that issue, but if the server was to go down, they could potentially score them where they were at the time. That is an option they could do. They probably wouldn't do that, but so many things run through these drivers' heads. Can I try to get to the front? Am I going to have a connection issue because of this? As we heard reports earlier when we came into the server that it's real glitchy and jumpy. If it gets bad and you may lose connection, or somebody else may, you want to be as high finishing as you can. So many things running through these drivers' heads right now as they are sitting in these cars trying to get this thing going. Yeah, this is not the norm here for this league. We've been covering them for a little bit here and there, on and off, and this is definitely not going to be the norm. Again, we talked about the iRacing server going down, getting people frustrated, and then of course it's Daytona. You couple anything with Daytona, and it can get ugly pretty fast. So hopefully that won't happen here as we're on lap 20 of 45. We have 46 laps to go. Going to be 45 at the line, but we will be back when those lights go off, and we are going to continue racing here from Daytona International Speedway. All right, the lights are off on the pace car. Of course, that means one thing. We're going racing here one more time. Assuming I can hold on to this voice. It has been a shot here for quite some time, and it is just working on it. Again, been under the weather here as well, so that didn't help anything at all. But right now we have 3 drivers out of the race. Timothy Madonna is currently out of the race here, 4 laps down. Frederick Hofstetter currently on pit road, 5 laps down, and Luis Ricardo currently 9 laps down on pit road as well. Looks like some of these drivers forgot to use their fast repairs here for tonight. And it is right now your top 5 at the moment are going to be Ryan Worley, Will Road Armor, Samuel Garcia, Trenton Sneed, and Harrison Chandler. Russell Caney in the 6th place, just on the outside, looking in here for tonight's race. Again, we will start lap 23 when we take the green. That will put us at 43 laps to go. With a 2.5-hour window to complete it. I have no doubt we will complete that in plenty of time, as the clock is counting down, and we are ready to go racing here this time by. Alright, there you have it. Green flag back in the air. Ryan Worley is out front. Trenton Sneed in the number 8 is on his outside, but it looks like Trenton Sneed is going to try to go to the inside. He doesn't make it happen. We stay 2 wide, 3 wide back for 3rd place. Between the 50, the 37, and the 80, Russell Caney, Will Road Armor, and Samuel Garcia. Joshua Kane in the 88 is going to work his way up to 5th place from 7th on the restart. Well, a good job for him as he's going to work his way up into the top 5. Let's be talking about how quickly you can go from last to first and first to last, just like that. It does not take long to do so. He's hanging on to 5th place right now as they come barreling onto the backstretch here at Daytona. And it is Trenton Sneed that is out in the lead right now. And will he lead it? He does. Trenton Sneed leads his first lap here tonight at Daytona International Speedway. Ryan Worley being shuffled back 1 spot. He's going to make it 2 if Will Road Armor and that 37 can get by as well. But again, these guys just right there side by side right now. Nobody is really giving anybody any room. They're giving them a little room, I will say that. Right there you see just how close they are. It's going to be the 8 of Trenton Sneed to the lead. Ryan Worley in the 1 back to 2nd place. Will Road Armor in 3rd place. He's going to be shuffled back 1 spot as the caution comes out, and we got cars bouncing around back in the back. Let's go back and take a look, and let's go to the instant replay camera here and go to the aerial cam, as we know the 14 of Jeff Price was involved in this, it looks like. Let's take a look and see how bad he got it, or if it was indeed him that got the worst part of it, as you're watching the aerial cam here tonight. And right there, the 29, and he doesn't. He just slows down. He doesn't get a piece of it, but the 24 does. Of Brandon Andrews. So Andrews gets a big piece of it after the 29 getting spun there just a little bit. Of Harrison Chandler, he had a bumper hook. Around he goes, and that will bring out the caution once again here at Daytona International Speedway. We completed about 3 to 4 laps as we are back under caution once again. We'll have to kind of wait and see who comes down pit road, if anybody. Tires really not a factor in this race. I believe they may have to come down at least once to take fuel, though, if that. So we'll see if they even have to do that here tonight. I believe they're going to for sure. It just depends on how much fuel they have in the tanks for the race. Under caution, if nobody comes down, we'll go ahead and step to a commercial break. And nobody's coming down pit road, at least not in the front. So we'll be back after a quick commercial break.
to try, there's nothing you can do. I'm gonna run all over you. I'm looking for new blood, and nothing's gonna stop me now. Yeah, I'm looking for new blood, and nothing's gonna stop me now. Nothing's gonna stop me. Looking for new blood.
Alright, we are back. Ladies and gentlemen, the lights are off. We're going to be go racing again to start lap number 29 of 65. That'll be 37 laps to go. We want to once again thank everybody for tuning in here tonight. And of course, we want to encourage everyone, if you want the latest information about Full Velocity Racing Network, head on over to the Facebook page. Just type in Full Velocity Racing Network. You can look up our Facebook page, send us messages if you need be, comments, questions, whatever it may be. Obviously, if you need to direct it to a certain person, you can get a hold of us. That way you can just type it into the message who you need to get a hold of, whether it's myself, Charles, Todd, and Phil. There we go, Phil. Ron or Jack, whoever you're needing to get a hold of, you can shoot us a message over there. Or if you just have a general question for Full Velocity Racing Network, you can shoot messages over there and contact us. Soon we will have the official new Full Velocity Racing Network website up, but at the moment it is not quite complete. So we will be releasing more information about that here in the coming days. We'll see here. We got a little bit of a blinking issue there from our race leader, Trenton Sneed, in the 8. Regardless, green flag is back out in the air. We are racing again. It takes them a little bit of time to get back up to speed, but they are going to do so here tonight. As Trenton Sneed out front, and they're going to go single file, and he is having some serious connection issues here tonight in that number 8 machine. Will Road Armor behind him, followed by Warley Keeney. and Garcia are your top 5. Joshua Kane in the 88, just on the outside looking in, but he may not be looking in for much longer. As you can see right there, he is in 6th place, but he's side by side with the 50 of Samuel Garcia, and there he is taking this place from him. So he's got a little bit of help there. Looks like Russell Caney in that 80 is going to go up there to work with him. You got the Traxxas and the iPower Chevrolets. Actually, one's a Chevrolet, one's a Mustang working together here. I don't know if that's blasphemy or not to have the Ford and the Chevy working together, but they're doing it here tonight on the outside row. Also, we got another Chevrolet back there, the 14 of Jeffrey Price, who we mentioned earlier, due to a little bit of trouble there on the track, got shuffled all the way to the back of 18th place. Here he is sitting in 9th place. He's halved his position here from 18th to 9th. So good job for him to do so as we are under green. Here we go back to the front of this field. Trenton Sneed, Will Road Armor right there leading this thing together, kind of pushing each other, but it looks like Russell Caney is being a big-time pusher of that 50 of Samuel Garcia. They're going to take 3rd place, and now it looks like the 37 of Will Road Armor says, nah, not so fast. I'm going to cut up in front of you, and I am going to be the benefactor here. And he did that just perfectly. Any closer, and that probably would have wrecked the entire front of this field, but he does keep it clean, and they stay green here on the lap 31 as we are getting closer and closer to the halfway point coming up here in the next little bit. Samuel Garcia and Ryan Worley kind of falling back a little bit. Russell Caney in the number 80 machine, he's sliding back a little bit, as Will Road Armor is still leading the race. Trenton Sneed really hasn't gone too far. He's been fluctuating right there between 1st and 3rd for this entire stint here, which hasn't been too terribly long of a stint compared to what we hope and expect to see later on here. Just to give an update though, right now your front 3, Road Armor, Sneed, and Worley, have not come down pit road at all here tonight. Neither has your, I believe that's 5th place driver. Let me double check. Yes, Samuel Garcia. He has not come down pit road either. So those 2 guys have 32 laps on their tires right now, as they have not come down pit road at all here in this race. And caution is going to be out, and it's going to be the 75 and the 41 involved. Let's go back and see what happened to the 75 of Scott Mertz. Let's take it to the aerial cam here for tonight and see what happened. Again, you're watching the 75 back here, and we'll see what happened. The 41 is in front of him, and I'm thinking this may have started up there, right there. The 13 sends the bumper hook to the 41 and spins the 88 hard into the inside wall of a Joshua Kane, and that is going to just severely damage that car of the 88 of Joshua Kane. Good news is the engine is not blown. It is rolling. He does have a fast repair, so he will be able to pull down pit road and get that repaired, as I expect him to do so here next time by, or at least when it's open. We are under caution here once again for the 5th time. 17 laps under caution out of the 32 completed, so a little bit right at half, actually a little bit over half of the race under caution so far. We're going to step away to another commercial break. We'll be right back. right, lights are off on the pace car. We're on lap 36 of 65. We will be getting the green flag to start lap 37. We'll have 29 laps to go when we get the green flag here. We'll turn those cars down just a hair here. But again, 29 laps to go when we get the green flag. This is where it could get interesting. They've already shown that they can get a little aggressive. The question is, will they stay aggressive throughout tonight? I know we've had quite a few cautions here, but if you like the racing, the broadcast as a whole, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, and of course subscribe to the channel. And we definitely encourage you to head on over to the Facebook page, Full Velocity Racing Network, and like that Facebook page. That is our home on Facebook. Of course, all of our information is posted there. And here shortly, we will have a brand new state-of-the-art website coming up where you can actually make a profile on there and have a kind of a mini social environment inside of our website as well. That is just a little bit of tidbit information that is not relevant to most people, or not really relevant, not known to most people, as it is kind of been kept under wraps, but it is on there. We will be utilizing it here as the green flag comes back out here, and they cross the line right there. There it is, lap 37. Let's go ahead and put your main bar back up on the screen here as you're watching Full Velocity Racing Network, your source for esports racing. We'll see right now 29 laps left to go in this race. So is your driver still in the race? If not, are you rooting for somebody else here tonight? And, let us know where your driver is. So let's make it easier on you, so you know where your driver is. Let's go ahead and let's pull up your running order down the left side of your screen here. In tonight's race, this will give you a better idea of where your driver is and what the distance is between your driver and the leader. As it's right now Harrison Chandler leading this race. He has come down pit road 4 laps ago. Russell Caney has not pitted at all, so he goes to the lead in that number 80 machine. He has had 33 laps. He is the only driver to come down one time. Well, actually, no, I take that back. So has the front 3, but he still has more laps on his tires than anybody else. He came down a long time ago here compared to the rest of this field. Most everybody here has about, I'd say, anywhere from 3 to 7 laps on their tires, except for Russell Caney. However, Russell Caney leading this race right now, regardless of newer or older tires. So this could get quite interesting to see if he can hang on to the lead here in tonight's race and win this thing. It's right now 27 laps to go as we are on lap number 39 of 65. They're starting to stay too wide a little bit more here. Caney and Road Armor sitting side by side as you've got that Intel number 37 on the outside, and you got Russell Caney in the 80 on the inside. And it looks like Will Road Armor is going to try to make a pass and get by the 80 here, but he can't quite do it. And here comes the momentum of corner entry for that inside row. So he actually takes advantage, and looks like Trenton Sneed is going to take advantage of it as well. That inside row just has so much momentum when they come off the corner that it's really hard. You've got to get by them at just the perfect time to kind of kill that momentum. Russell Caney, though, still out front. I'm going to feel probably dumb when I ask this question there to Rhonda there, but HKC, do elaborate. Is it something I probably am going to feel stupid for not knowing, or we got just some initials there for something that I don't know? But either way, we're going to ask the question what it stands for, and probably will feel dumb afterwards. But Will Road Armor sitting in second place. Russell Caney still first. Harrison Chandler sitting in third. Trenton Seed and Jacob Hope are your top 5 right now. Ryan Worley, who led quite a few laps, is sitting back in 6th place, just on the outside of all of this, and he is waiting for his moment to pounce. Again, you really have to time passes here so well, as we got to 25 to go, going to be 24 at the line. Laps will start to wind down very quickly the further we get into this race. Obviously the further you get down, the more they're going to bang, but once you get into a rhythm here, that is when you start clicking off laps. And the question is, will we get into the rhythm? I don't know we really necessarily hit it here tonight. Gotcha. Now it makes more sense. As the K is what was throwing us off. So good to know. Now we know when you say that, what you're talking about there. So we don't have to guess anymore. So thanks for the enlightenment there for us. As now we have a little bit more bit of knowledge for our broadcast. But Ryan Worley hanging in 5th place right now. Will Road Armor still out front, and there's pretty much single file for the first 3 anyway, all the way back to Trent Sneed. But you get to Harrison Chandler, Ryan Worley, Jacob Hope, Jeff Price, Samuel Garcia. These guys are here. Not so much. Even Joshua Kane involved in this, and John Horn, Kobe Wells starting to get into the mix as well. These guys are saying, well, let's go 2 wide. We're not done with this one single file racing yet. We want to keep it going here for just a little bit longer. We'll see how much longer they can stay 2 wide. We've typically had about 5 to 8 lap stints before the caution comes out. Will we extend on that here this time? As right now we are on lap 43. Well, there goes the 2 to start lap 44. As the 2 goes around, caution is out. Maybe I should have not said anything. I'm beginning to think we're jinxing it here. Jacob Hope goes around. Let's go back and take a look what happened to that U-Haul machine here, the number 2. Back to the replay here as we go to the aerial cam. Once again, the best view for the replay as you're watching the number 2 of Jacob Hope. He's got the 50 behind him, and right there, from what it looks like, the 50 gives him a bumper hook. The 1 getting involved as well of Ryan Worley, and Ryan Worley going for a ride down the front stretch, technically a tri-oval. Jacob Hope getting a little bit of help there from the 50 of Samuel Garcia. Again, from what it looks like on our end, it could have been netcode a little bit. We don't know, and that's not something we are going to assess here as to whether it was netcode or not, but it looks like the 50 spins him there with just a little bit of a bumper hook. They wait for the pace car to go by as we're under caution once again here for the 6th time for 20 laps now. We've completed 43 laps. So at this point, we've had less laps under caution than we have had under green. We've completed 20 under caution and 23 green flags. So still roughly at the halfway point, but more under green than yellow here tonight so far. Well, that will put us under caution once again, so we'll see. This could be the last caution break of the night. We'll see. We'll be right back.
This is a demonstration for the built-in water temperature sensor of W5 CPU water block. There is a water temperature sensor built inside W5 to detect the temperature of the coolant that runs through W5. Here, we're using thermal mode and time-lapse effect to show the temperature change of the system. You can easily see the real-time temperature change on the software screen. W5 is also made with central inlet design, which contributes to higher coolant flow that helps faster heat dispatching to achieve a lower coolant temperature, of which you can see on the software thanks to the water temperature sensor. While W5 shows you the temperature of the coolant that runs through your CPU water block, you can also throw in a Pacific TF1 indicator to monitor the temperature and coolant flow of your whole system.
All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, here with 19 to go. It's going to be 18 laps to go when we get the green flag. The question is, will we see another caution before this race is over? Unfortunately, I'm going to have to probably assume we will and put my money on that we will see another caution. We've seen a few here tonight. Out of the 65 laps, bringing it one more time. 6 cautions for 23 laps. I don't think we're out of the woods. I think we will see at least one more caution. While we have a minute here, they're not going green just yet. Let's pull up our track information brought to you by Bulletproof Tees. You can check them out at bulletprooftees.com. This is a 2.5 mile track, even though it says 2.48, 161 miles is the distance, 64 degree track temp, so a very cool track temp here with a 1 mile per hour speed out of the north. So very cool track of 64 degrees to be seeing this many cautions. Just goes to show you right there, they're being a little aggressive on this track possibly. So we'll just have to wait and see. Green flag is back out, and we are racing here for Bonehead Racing League. This is the season opener here on Full Velocity Racing Network, your source for esports racing. And again, green flag back in the air. Who will be your race winner here tonight is the question. Will Road Armor out front here at the moment? Only 2 drivers not in this race. That is Frederick Hofstetter and Lewis Cardia. Those 2 drivers looks like they did not use their fast repairs. And they have been sitting on road for roughly 39 minutes and about 47 minutes. Looks like those fast repairs were not checked. And once they're unchecked, there is nothing you can do to go check them again. You're just pretty much out of luck at that point. So it looks like that may have been what happened, or they just chose not to come back into the race after that first wreck. And Trenton Sneed trying to run down Will Road Armor. Let's take a look here and look at your top 5 drivers. As of right now, with 17 to go, it's Will Road Armor out front, followed by Trenton Sneed, Joshua Kane, Jeffrey Price, and Russell Caney. Those are your top 5 drivers here at the moment in this race, and I stress here at the moment as that can change at any time in this race. If you get hung out to dry as Russell Caney slides up, almost gets the 14 of Jeff Price, but Jeff Price using situational awareness knows what's going on around him. He slides up a little bit as well to avoid it. And we stay clean and green here with 16 laps to go in this race. While we have a moment here, let's go. Well, if we don't get a caution in the process, let's go on board with Russell Caney here. We're going to go silent on the mic. We're going to go on board with the 80 of Russell Caney just to see what it's like to be in his shoes right now. Alright, we are on board right now with Joshua Kane. And the windshield's starting to get a little dirty as he's trying to make something happen in the outside lane. And the 3 almost getting up into him there just a little bit, but they keep it going as we go back to our main camera here tonight as they come barreling through the corner. I believe that's turn 4 if I'm not mistaken. No, yeah, it is turn 4. There's the line right there. And we have now 14 laps to go left in this race. It is currently Will Road Armor out front, but not by much. He has Trent Sneed behind him at the moment, and that is not a big gap. Of course, here at Daytona or Talladega, when you're at super speedway tracks like this, you really don't want a gap. The bigger gap that you have, the worse it's going to be on you, really, than vice versa. You know, you go to somewhere like Atlanta, Texas, Bristol, wherever it happens to be, If it's not a plate track, you want the biggest gap you can get. Here at Daytona, not necessarily, unless it's like 1 or 2 laps to go, and you don't think anybody can catch you, and you can get a 2-3 second gap. But like right now, excuse me, if you're Will Road Armor, you might like to see Russell Caney, Trent Seed, maybe Jeff Price, you 4 kind of break away, but you do not want to see you break away as a individual. You lose the draft that way, and they will run you down in a hurry. And that is the last thing you want to do. You want to be with this pack and keep it going green, as we're still green here. 13 laps to go, going to be 12 to go at the line. Will we see another caution is the question. I just don't think we're out of the woods yet. I think we are probably going to see at least one more caution here before this is all said and done. It's just too unlikely not to see a caution when you have this many cars in one group at Daytona with 12 laps to go. It's going to be 11 to go at the line. It's just again too unheard of to not see a caution with this many drivers. That people start getting antsy, they get a little aggressive, and they are trying to make something happen. And unfortunately, sometimes that something is a caution that comes out due to a big wreck. As they are coming out of turn number 4 right now, coming to the tri-oval. They're coming to make it 11 laps to go. Right there's the line. 11 laps to go here for the Bonehead Racing League. You're watching all the racing action here on Full Velocity Racing Network, your source for esports racing, a division of RaceOnTexas.com. Is that we are staying green thus far in this race. And it looks like we're going to have somebody coming down pit road. It's going to be John Horn coming down pit road. It looks like his night is going to be done. We go back to the front, though. They're starting to jockey for position there. You got the one of Ryan Worley going back and forth. He's trying to pick where he wants to go. Russell Caney in the 80 on the outside. He's trying to work his way to the front. He's got, of course, that U-Haul machine. I believe it's the number 2 back there of Jacob Hope pushing him. And again, starting to get a little antsy in these last few laps. 10 laps to go here in your main events here of the night. Your not even a feature race, but your race here at Daytona. Again, at 10 laps to go. Going to be 9 at the line. Russell Caney fighting to get to the front here. He's side by side with Will Road Armor. He has the lead at the moment. The question is, can he maintain the lead? No, he can't. He tries to slide down and almost cuts the nose off of Will Road Armor, but sees it in time. They go 3 wide. Russell Caney stuck in the middle. This is where we were talking about earlier. He is in the lone man spot right there. He is going to fall back several spots if nobody will work with him. They're scraping the wall. Sparks are flying. He is in the bad spot right there. In by himself in the middle. He does have the 4 coming up to help him now of Kobe Wells. So Kobe Wells going to be coming in to the picture to help him here is best he can anyway. But it's 2 versus about 6 on the bottom, 7 or 8 total. About 6, 7 or 6, 7 on the top. They go 2 wide once again, and somehow Russell Caney manages to hold on to second place. Now he's going to go to third as Trenton Sneed back to second place. These guys have been trading back and forth. It's 9 laps to go. Going to be 8 to go right there at the line. It's getting good here at the end, folks. So hopefully you're tuned in and you've been watching from the beginning. We saw some cautions, and now we see some green flag racing here with 8 laps to go. Going to be 7 at the line. You have right now Kobe Wells being pushing the 80 of Russell Caney, and Trenton Sneed pushing the 37 of Will Road Armor. Oh, right, and now can he get it up there as he's got that number 80 traction machine side by side. Russell Caney to the lead, being pushed by, I believe, some Jimmy John's freaky fast thing, and we got cars going around. Russell going around. The 37 goes around. The 50 goes around with him. Caution is out. We will go racing again, though, as we have a huge wreck. The 24 involved. Russell Caney getting the worst end of the deal. Let's go back and take a look. Again, the caution coming out here is I think the 4 may have got a little over aggressive here. And we're watching. He comes up and right. No, thought he got him right. There he goes. The 4 gets a little aggressive and he gets the bumper hook on the 80 and collects many drivers. Somehow Trenton Sneed in that 8 just dodging all of it. Everybody going every which direction here, as that will bring out the caution once again. But we will go racing here with about a 2-lap shootout here for the end of this race, as right now it is showing the 4 of Kobe Wells as your race leader. An aggressive move, to say the least, there with the bumper hook from Kobe Wells to the 80. Puts the 80 spun around, and I believe he will be able to use a faster repair and get back out. But Russell Caney right there with heavy damage to his car, and it looks like he is going to have to come down to pit road and get that fixed, as that is just too much damage, I think, to overcome. We'll see. He's not going to be a front car. He might be. That front doesn't look too bad. Let's go to his helmet cam here and see if we can't see anything. I don't see the front of that car lifted up too much. He might be able to make this work here. Let's go to a different camera here and see if we can't get a view of that car. The back is definitely torn up, so I don't think he's going to be a good spotter there. As you can see right there, is we'll go to that camera. The front looks good. I don't see too much damage. The back, however, does not look too good at all. So I honestly think he might be able to make it here as a front car, but he's definitely not going to be pushing anybody here with that back end. So we'll have to wait and see if he can get in front of somebody, though, and allow them to push him. It will take the air off the back of that car, and he should be good. We'll have to wait and see if he comes down pit road, though. Again, we want to thank everybody here for the last time. Thank you for tuning in here tonight to Full Velocity Racing Network here for the Bonehead Racing League opener tonight. We didn't know if we were going to get this race in due to iRacing deciding it wanted to play some games here tonight, but it did indeed finally get working. We are here, excuse me, with 5 laps to go in the 4th line, so we're going to step away here real fast, and we will be back when those lights go off. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, as the lights are off here. It's going to be a 2-lap shootout to the end. Will we see a caution that ends this race, or will we get the white flag? One will happen. The next flag ends the race. Whether it is the white flag, at that point, of course, the caution cannot come out, or will it be the caution flag coming out? Right now, Kobe Wells out front after an aggressive move to get himself to the front and causing a bumper hook to the 80 of Russell Caney, who is still on the track, by the way. He used his fast repair. He's sitting in a 10th place right now, so don't count him out just yet. But Kobe Wells, Jacob Hope, Jeff Price, Warren Watkins, and Joshua Kane are your top 5 here as of right now. Again, 2 laps to go when we get the green flag. Make sure, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button on the channel, and make sure, of course, you hit that thumbs up if you like the racing here tonight. And last but not least, if you want to stay up to date on all of the latest information here for Full Velocity Racing Network, and you have Facebook, which I'm sure most of you do, head on over to the Facebook page, type in Full Velocity Racing Network, or just go to facebook.com/Full Velocity Racing Network. You can keep up with us. Of course, we are launching a brand new website here in the coming days, as we got a lot of smoke coming from one of the cars on pit road. I believe that is the 11 of Frederick Hofstetter, who is smoking there on pit road. But green flag is back out. There it is, 2 laps to go here in the race. That is all that remains in this 65-lap event, and they're getting a little aggressive out there. No surprise, they want to get to the front here. We'll see if they can do it right now. Russell Caney has dropped to 12th. He's lost a few spots. They're going to try to make it 3 wide here towards the end. I'm not sure. I thought they were going to try and make it 4 wide there for a minute. Not going to work. We got the 14 going around, and this is not going to end well. We got more cars going around back here, and still no caution coming out. And the 4, there it is. The 4 is going to be your race winner. Here's the caution comes out. Russell Caney making his way up to 2nd place. So he somehow misses all the carnage here. White flag is in the air with the yellow flag. It's going to be Kobe Wells getting the win. And the guy that he bumper hooked earlier to take the lead, finishing in 2nd place, Russell Caney. Scott Mertz going to take a 3rd place finish here in that number 75 machine. But officially or unofficially, Kobe Wells here with the win, and it'll be unofficial until race control and they go and review all of the race here, as that bumper hook may not stand here. We saw a lot of bumper hooks on here. We'll see later on if it was net cut a little bit, or if it was a straight bumper hook, and if it will stand. And if it doesn't, that may hinder his chances here for the win, as it was a bumper hook that put him to the front of this field. Either way, though, the white flag is in the air. 1 lap to go, presented by Northwest Racing Series. They're coming out of turn 4, and it looks like Kobe Wells having some connection issues here as well, as he's cleaning those tires, thinking he's going to go back racing again. Well, I'm sure he's just maybe celebrating there a little bit as well. This race is coming to an end, as we'll see right here. Russell Caney slowing down on the track, and he's letting people by. He's going to give up 2nd place, so not sure what's happening there. He is being scored currently in 4th position, so I'm not sure what's happening there. As it looks like he is going to have to relinquish a few spots. Looks like maybe he was not officially scored in 2nd place. Scott Mertz still 3rd, but it's going to be Joshua Kane that is being scored as your 2nd place runner here in that 88 machine. So we'll definitely look in there, but looked like Russell Caney had 2nd, but no. Now it is showing. Now it's showing Russell Caney in 2nd place and Andrew Beach in 3rd place. So it is all sorts of wonky going on here tonight. We're going to have to just get this sorted out here, and we'll be back with the official results here momentarily. But as of right now, the scoring has updated itself once again to show Kobe Wells with the win, Russell Caney the second, and Andrew Beach in third. So we'll just have to keep an eye on there. Scott Mertz is being shown back in 12th place now. So give us just a minute here. We'll get your official results. We won't go through the results here tonight, as I'm not even sure which one is the correct one. So we'll just have to do our best to figure that out. But either way, this race is over. So give us just a minute. We'll be right back here with your post-race show. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here, and looks like we may just interview the winner here tonight, as we have we kind of let everyone know early that there was some issue that may be handed down before it was all said and done. Some stuff going on there, and they're still sorting out from second place on. But that is not going to affect our race winner here tonight. That is going to be the number 4 of Kobe Wells, who is in pit road doing some donuts right now. So first off, as always, Kobe, welcome to the booth. And we heard the celebration there when you got into the booth here. Super excited to be in victory lane.
Oh yeah, a ton. This is one of my favorite wins. I sat in the back all race. At the beginning, I was 2 laps down, came back, and we had an amazing run there. And when Russell got put in the sucker hole, I wasn't going to leave him out, and that's pretty much the race-winning move is when I went through there and I got the lead after they wrecked. So one of my best wins of my career. Let's go! Yeah,
definitely. We watched this all unfold here. A little bit of a bumper hook from you to him.
Was it a bumper hook?
Yeah, it was, but we call it aggressive. We call it whatever it is. At the end of the day, there was a lot of bumper hooks. It may have been a little bit of net code. We can't 100% say one way or the other, especially with iRacing having its issues here tonight with us as well. But we were lucky to even get this race in. We didn't think we were going to.
I know.
But as you were saying earlier, your wheel is completely one direction. You're going another direction right now as you've torn this car up, celebrating here tonight. So it looks like you got some Jimmy Johns on there. Obviously, I don't think you're old enough. You may be. I don't. You not sure if you're old enough, but I don't think so to be
No.
getting that Bush's beer on the side of that car. But you gonna celebrate?
no.
You gonna celebrate with some freaky fast Jimmy John sub?
100%.
So there you have it. Gonna be doing some celebrating there. An awesome race here. Just before we let you go and thank your sponsors and shout outs, those last, say, 20 laps, 10 laps of this race, how intense was it out there?
I was shaking so bad, especially when I made it 3 wide and everybody was wiggling everywhere, and I thought we were all done right there. I thought we were all going to crash, but it was just super nerve-wracking, and I can't believe we didn't wreck, to be honest.
Well, we definitely were excited to be out there watching it, and we're getting reports to go ahead and do just the top 3 as they finished. So we'll go ahead and get those in here, but any shout-outs you want to give before we let you go?
Yeah, I want to thank my mom, my dad, Jimmy John's, Bush, even though I can't drink you. I want to thank Jack Bulcher, Antonio. Thank you, all you guys, and just so excited to be in Victory Lane.
All right, there you have it. That was your winner of the 4 of Kobe Wells. Give us just a minute. We will be right back here. So we're going to get your second and third place drivers in here. So give us just one moment. All right, we are back here and kind of going all over the place when it comes to ordering here tonight. We are going to jump over to third place here tonight, the 71 of Andrew Beach. And just to sum it up, it was a heck of a race. We saw a few cautions, and then it kind of turned into a fairly good race there towards the end. So just give us your kind of rundown here of what this race is like, in your seat here, as again, just crazy cautions and then the green flag run. It was just intense out there tonight.
I agree completely. It was a good race, but I mean there was a lot of impatience out there. The first race of the season, everybody's excited. They want to come out of the gate strong and win the first race of the season. So me and my team, we tried to stay to the back. We had Joshua Kane. He was running good all night long. Me and Brandon were riding in the back. We got caught up in about every single one of the wrecks till like 30 to go, and then me and Brandon just rode around. Got back up there to the front, and just racing happened, man. It's last lap at a Daytona race. It's always going to be crazy.
It definitely is always going to be super crazy. And we get one more week as we come back next week for 100 laps. So the question is, from the driver's standpoint here, real fast before we get to sponsors and shout-outs, is when you come back for 100 laps, do you expect maybe, since it's week 2, for some of that aggressiveness to be gone? And plus it's 100 laps, you have a little bit more extra time to get around this track. Do you think some of that aggressiveness and trying to get to the front now kind of attitude will kind of dissipate and you'll see some green flag racing?
I really want to say that that's what I expect is going to happen, but I think that just the tempers are going to boil over into next week's race from, people who are mad at drivers from this race, and I think it's going to be just as hectic. I hope there's some long green flag runs, because with a 100-lap race at Daytona, there's a lot of fun to be had. A lot of good racing to be had, but it'll play out, willing on how the drivers want to race.
It couldn't be said better. It's up to the drivers to determine how the race goes. We know you got some shout-outs and sponsors possibly, so who are those on that card for tonight?
We want to thank Nationwide, Diet Mountain Dew, and my dog, Poppy.
All right, there you have it. Your third place finisher, the 71 of Andrew Beach. And again, jumping around, we are moving on to your second place finisher here tonight. And that is, of course, the league owner, the 80 of Russell Caney. We saved him for last to kind of run down what all happened and transpired here at the end of this race. So, Russell, you got a copy.
Yeah, I got a copy. So I was going to say this now. I'm 100% sure I didn't deserve the second place finish. So for any league members that are watching, I'm going to explain this right now. We are going over the replay to see who finished where. So next week, we're going to probably implement some new rules and all that, saying, hey, if something happens like this again, then we'll have something happen to that person that's falling back behind. That's going to cause people getting the black flag, because that's what happened here tonight, and it was just hectic. And I tried to clear as many black flags as I could before the race ended, but it was just no go. But I mean, it's just really a shame of what happened at the finish.
Unfortunately, we don't have green, white, checkered, or even a red flag where you can red flag the race and freeze positions where they are while you can clear stuff, so you have to do it on the fly. But overall, all that aside here, yourself had a great race here and had some fans out there cheering you on in the chat as well, and it looked like you had the win going on there a while till that bumper hook from the 4. Again, going back, you have to look at it to see if it was a little bit of net code, which could have been due to all the issues with iRacing. But this race in general, I think, was just one of those crazy races. We had problems getting in, then it shut down on us, and we finally get it going. So to see a few cautions, to be honest, I think it kind of went for the par of the night here.
Yeah, it was really a good finish, to be honest. Congratulations to Cody Wells for winning, but when we were trying to assess the problem while you were off the air, it was very hectic. People were yelling left and right, so I'm just going to say this now. I don't deserve the second place finish, but we tried hard out there tonight. Hopefully we'll go next week for back-to-back risk it for a biscuit wins.
Well, there you go. We'll be back here next week for 100 laps. And, of course, Russell, we know you got some sponsors and shout-outs, so who would those be for that second-place finish here tonight?
I want to thank War Thunder and Traxxas. They were a big part of this 80 car. Also, I want to thank Moggs, Missouri German Shepherd Rescue, for sponsoring this series this year. Also, if you guys don't know who they are on our website. Make sure you go donate to them. They run off of donations. They rescue German Shepherds, and if you guys want to keep updates with them, I suggest following the website. It's a great website to find out if you want to adopt a dog or something and all that. So that's pretty much the main sponsors I gotta thank.
All right, well, that will do it here for tonight. We want to wish everyone a safe rest of your night going into the Sunday. It feels like a Sunday here today, as we're not used to having a Saturday series. But we're here, and we will be here for quite some time now, so we'll have to get used to being a Saturday and not a Sunday. We'll see you tonight, though, with some more core racing, and again next Saturday at Daytona once again here for Bonehead Racing. Until then, stay safe, and we'll see you there.